Pikmin come in all different shapes and colors, so in this video I'm going to be talking about what new Pikmin types can be in Pikmin 4. Let's start with Red Pikmin. Red Pikmin can do a little more extra damage and are immune to fire. Yellow Pikmin can jump higher, carry bomb rocks, dig faster, and are immune to electricity. Blue Pikmin can breathe underwater and save drowning Pikmin. Purple Pikmin are as strong as 10 Pikmin and can stun enemies. White Pikmin can find buried treasure, poison enemies when eaten, and are immune to poison. Raw Pikmin can break crystals and can't be squashed or stabbed. Green Pikmin can fly and do extra damage to flying enemies. Bulbmin are immune to all elemental hazards and only appear in caves. And finally, the Mushroom Pikmin. They start attacking the captain until they die. Those are all the existing Pikmin we have right now. The Pikmin games usually add 2 or 3 new Pikmin types. Pikmin 1 had 4 types with red, yellow, blue, and mushroom Pikmin. Pikmin 2 had 3 types with purple, white, and bulbmin. And Pikmin 3 had 2 types, rock and winged. And in Hey Pikmin, there were no new added Pikmin. Maybe in Pikmin 4 we might only get 1 new Pikmin, or no new Pikmin at all. But if we do get 2 or more types of Pikmin in Pikmin 4, they could replace the Rock and Wing Pikmin, and the Rock and Wing Pikmin have to be in challenge mode, just like how the purple and whites are in Pikmin 3. Now let's talk about some new types of Pikmin there can be. We already have red, yellow, blue, white, purple, black / gray, and pink. I didn't include the mushroom Pikmin or bulbmin because there are just side Pikmin for a few levels and don't play a major role in the games. So all we have left is orange, green, cyan, and brown. All those colors can make a new type of Pikmin. A green Pikmin could have thorns on its stem, so it does twice as much damage than a regular Pikmin. An orange Pikmin can be immune to explosions, so you could get through hundreds of volatile dweebles and it would be a breeze. Cyan could be immune to slipping on ice or extreme cold weather. They could knock down walls of snow or ice that are too cold for other Pikmin to handle. The brown Pikmin can see through fog or smoke and are very fast, making it easy to get through big amounts of enemies. Or maybe instead of making new Pikmin types, we could just combine older Pikmin to create new ones. Like combine a blue Pikmin and a red Pikmin together and it'll become a purple looking Pikmin. And it'll be fire resistant and water breathing Pikmin. Or mix a bulbmin and a purple Pikmin to create Thanos Pikmin, the ultimate Pikmin that can destroy half of the enemies on PNF 404. Maybe mixing Pikmin isn't a very good idea, because they could look very ugly and not cute. And it might be too overpowered. Or we could just get side Pikmin, like how we got Mushroom Pikmin and Bulbmins in Pikmin 1 and 2. In Pikmin 3 we didn't get any side Pikmin, which sucks. Maybe in Pikmin 3 Deluxe we will. Who knows? Enemies can be turned into side Pikmin as well, like the Bulborb became the Bulbmin. Or maybe a Bedmin, which is a combination of a bread bug and a Pikmin, and it could carry as much as 5 Pikmin. Or a sheer grip Pikmin that can latch onto enemies and slowly drain their health without the enemy noticing for too long. There are so many possibilities for Pikmin. And let's talk about some new Pikmins that can be added, like the green Pikmin I mentioned earlier. So it can have thorns and do twice as much damage, or it can go through spiky areas without dying. The orange Pikmin can be immune to explosion, so you could use them to carry bomb rocks and go through explosions and defeat, what's it called? What's the enemy called? Gatling Groins, those annoying dudes that have explosives. Or Cyan Pikmin. They can destroy ice walls, ice paths, Maybe freeze some water enemies. That would be pretty cool. And brown Pikmin, they could go through smoke and fog and run fast. So if there's a foggy area makes your Pikmin idle because they can't see the captain, then you should use brown Pikmin so they can go through the smoke and fog without losing you. And they could probably also break down dirt walls faster, perhaps. And they could be faster than white Pikmin, or just as fast as white Pikmin. Well, those are all my ideas for new Pikmin types. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and remember to never out Pikmin the Hut. Subscribe!